Apparently, it rained last night.
It's your fault. You're the one that started this.
That works.
You know how that works.
Cool.
All right. Well, you guys know the routine. Let's hear the morning. What are you guys up to? What are you killing around? What are your wins, your celebrations, or something you're just dang proud of?
In 2 days, I've gotten two listings and two buyers.
There you go.
I got my COE pushed up to this Friday for my land deal.
Nice. First closing on Friday.
Oh,
I have a ton of tax documents on my desk right now. That's always fun.
Oh yeah.
I haven't sat at my desk in a while. My wife just puts all my bills on my desk, so I'm like, yay. So other wins, celebrations. Eric, did you get here back on your counter?
No, they got until 10 o'clock this morning, but I haven't heard back. So I reached out to the listing agent yesterday. So, oh, sorry, I saw that you sent it. I haven't given it to my client yet. I'm busy showing or doing a tour and then doing some showings. So I haven't sent it to my client yet.
I hate people.
And I was like, all right, well, we got till 10 o'clock tomorrow. And she never responded back, and I haven't heard anything back from her yet.
It's not even about like showing houses. Like we have a fiduciary responsibility to send documents to the like as soon as we get them, like in a timely manner.
Yeah.
yeah.
Time is of the essence, it says in
Yeah,
the
like I could
contract.
send it from my phone. I don't understand.
Do
Yeah.
for your phone. What's the problem?
Reach out to the broker.
Yeah.
I'm having that same issue too. I sent out an offer. I made it extra long because that was my second time changing the date, or my first time changing the date because it took my buyers like over 2 days to sign it. And then I sent it on Saturday and I had put the date till Thursday, and I don't know, I haven't heard anything either.
That's so annoying. So annoying. You
Well,
just
to give you a
heck me.
backstory,
Yep.
the original asking price was 298. Um, I looked at the other properties. I did CMA and ran comps, and the properties are going for like 260-ish in that neighborhood. They're claiming that the house is worth almost $300,000 because of the kitchen, but the air conditioning is from 1973. The roof is fairly new. It's got 10 years left in it.
Wait, I'm
Um,
sorry. Did you just say the AC was from 1973?
yeah.
Those are the good years.
Did they
That
have a
means it'll still work.
Did they even have air conditioning in
like
1973?
It was originally a swamp cooler.
That theirs was a prototype from 1973. Is when they were just trying them out.
But it's got that like was that pale green color to it?
Love it.
avocado green?
Yeah. So in the spuds it just says AC is old, needs to be replaced. Um
Hey, you still
so we
replace it
came
every
in
five
with
years if you replace that thing.
so there's a lot of work that needs to be done to it, like a lot. The kitchen's nice, but it looks like they spent all their money in the kitchen. So my client wanted to make an offer for 250 and they'll do the rest of the repairs in the house. They weren't asking for any concessions. They came back with a counter at 275 being sold as is and not fixing anything. So we countered back at 270 with a $10,000 concessions from the seller to go towards the new AC unit. And we haven't heard back from that counter.
Of course you haven't. That's annoying, isn't it? Trying to do business and no one wants to do business.
Are you talking
Yeah.
to the listing agent?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a hold of the listing agent. She won't respond to me now.
Tell her, I guess you don't like paychecks.
Keep her done. But continue on. Keep pushing.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I've always had like the inspector go, then the appraiser guy go. Is there, and I'm gonna go check on the job right now, but is there anything that can come up if the appraiser is there while they're doing like construction? Or
Yeah.
should I just,
The appraiser can say, "Hey, this isn't done," and then there can be a condition on your appraisal to make sure that that work was completed.
okay,
So
that
yeah.
was my fear. Okay, because I was gonna go this morning to just check and see if they've finished putting the floor in after they've changed the sewer. So I told him for Friday, and now he wants to move it up, but I'm like, I don't want to move it up if the job isn't done yet.
Is it FHA or VA?
It's conventional. No, VA, sorry. VA. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yes.
that'll be too.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. All right. Well, we didn't really talk about wins. We just got all over the place. Kind of crazy. So
Oh, I got an additional 5K for my buyer from repairs.
nice.
Yes. That we didn't get initially and they were bummed, but I was like, just wait a little bit. Just wait a little bit.
Just wait. All right. Any other win celebrations? Braggadocious items?
I would
Good.
like to say that I'm gonna do the 30 days, 30 open houses. So I'm excited. I'm just doing it.
For those of you who don't understand, he was going to do 30 open houses in 30 days.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are. I think it's awesome. I think it's a fantastic thing, man. Challenge yourself. Who isn't going to push themselves in the next couple of days, right? We talked a lot about that last couple of days, is identifying a new brand of who you are, right? Push that out. Anyone have anything else to share? I saw something else in the chat this morning. Anthony was talking about his affirmations and things he writes down every day. And do you guys know this? Anthony's one of our mega agents in the office. I don't know why. Maybe because he's doing things to make himself better. Maybe. I don't know.
He does the work and he's consistent.
Is that how it works? Do the work, be consistent? Oh, man.
Weird, right?
Weird. Show up, do the work, stay consistent. It can't be that easy, Dan. It can't be that easy. I'm here to tell you it is. Sit down, do the work every day. Exactly, Trey. So, well, it's Wednesday. We have some objection handling to work on today. I want to hear from you. What are your conversations, topics, or objections that you're working on to make yourselves better today?
I have one.
Let's hear it.
I was doing my prospecting yesterday, and this buyer, we were on the phone for like 10 minutes, but she just, in her words, she's given up on buying the house. Seems like based on her past experiences, she kind of just like lost hope in actually being able to own a home. So,
What was your statement after that?
well, I was trying to figure out like what happened exactly. I was trying to just dive in deeper.
More.
Sounds like she just lost some money. She lost some money. She couldn't buy a home. She said she couldn't get approved, and then her credit dropped because of that, and then she lost money again, and so she just gave up. She said it's easier to rent.
Yeah, it might be.
So I tried digging deeper. We were on the phone for like 10 minutes, so it was a relatively deep-ish conversation. But she wasn't budging. She kept repeating it every now and then, like, no, like I've given up. Like a minute or two later, like, no, I've given up, and she just kept going. So,
Sheldon, I have a question.
yes,
If it's easier to rent, why was she looking to buy in the first place?
that's a good question that I wish I could have asked yesterday.
Yeah, weird. It's almost like when we have the right conversations, it changes the outcome of the interaction.
Yes.
What makes her say that renting is easier? What makes her say that she'll never be able to buy a house? My first thought when I heard that is, and I want someone to play along with me, and I say, you know what? I don't think I'll ever be able to buy a house. What's your first thought?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. What makes you say that? Let's get rid of the word why. Remember that.
Hmm.
Reframe why questions, right? What makes you say that? Now, do we say it with an authoritarian turn? What makes you say
No.
that? No, we say it with compassion and care, concern. Sheldon, what makes you say that? Well, I don't feel like I'll ever be able to buy a house. What makes you say that? And then tell Christina, tell me more. Let's hear a role play on it, right? Let's see how you did. Who wants to be Sheldon's bad buyer?
I'll be the bad buyer because
Okay.
I need to know what to say or
All
what
right.
I could have done.
Hi, Sheldon. You want to buy a house?
Hey, no, I've given up.
Oh, giving up.
I'm
What makes you
bitter.
think that?
You know, in the past, I've tried to buy a house and I couldn't. I lost money on it and I lost my credit on it. So I've just completely given up hope.
How did you lose money on it?
You know, I try to hire people and do all this stuff, and I had 40,000 to put down, but I couldn't get approved, so I just wasted my time and my money.
When was this?
Probably a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago.
Okay, yeah, the market was kind of crazy back then, wasn't it? It was hard to get an offer in edgewise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, what had you looking for a house in the first place?
Well, I was renting and I thought it'd be nice to own something long term. I'm a little older. I think I'm 50 now, 55. So it would have been nice to just sit in something long term instead of renting
Okay. Yeah, how long you been renting?
my whole life.
How long you been at the place you're at now?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your plan to be in the area long?
Yeah. Well, I was actually looking to move out of Tucson and go a little more up north. So a little more on the outskirts of Tucson.
Oh, but still stay in the Tucson metro area, just a little bit north.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's up there for you?
Looking for a little more land, either a house or just possibly building a house up there on some land, or just getting up out of there in general, getting out of central Tucson.
Have you given up on that hope?
Yeah.
Okay, well, could we reinvigorate it somehow?
I guess I'm paying 1,500 a month in rent right now. I guess if I could own a house and pay that much, that would be around about that much. That would be ideal.
Not to exceed what?
I'd say like 1,800 maybe maximum.
Okay. Now, if we were able to find you something that would work for that, would you be willing to at least entertain this dream one more time?
You know what? When you put it like that, yeah. Yeah, if we're able to find something within that price range, I think I'd be willing to at the least look into it a little again.
Would it offend you if I connected you with our lending partner so you guys can have a conversation about what your credit looks like and the actual affordability you have?
No, no, that wouldn't offend me at all.
Okay. I'll set up a group chat today. What's the best time for you to respond back to them?
Anytime after 12. So anytime in the afternoon, I'm good.
All right, break script. Did your conversation go something like that?
No, but I wish it did. So
Where'd you fall off the rail?
what I want to I would say, well, it wasn't bad. Like we did end up, talking and laughing and having a deep conversation, but peeling back the layers like you did, I think, and it's funny because I was trying to use the what makes you say that? That's one of the words of the day I was trying to use in conversation. So I think if I would have done that a little more and kind of peel back the layers, a few more layers back, I might have been able to do it. Because she seemed bitter, not mad at me, just like bitter, and she like absolutely just was over it. So trying to get past those emotions.
What if you called her back today and you were like, you know what? I was just thinking again about our conversation yesterday, and it touched me that you really wanted to accomplish that goal. And I hate that you've had that experience previously. Something I didn't mention to you yesterday was it might be a different scenario now. And I wanted to ask and then do would it offend you if I connected you with ...
Gotcha.
and try to pick back up on that.
I agree with Christina on that one.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, because I originally was something else she brought up was like interest rates. And when I asked her like, is it interest rates or monthly payment that was more important? She just went back to her usual, I've given up, so she didn't really answer it. But something I did was I told her I'd like keep in contact with her.
Is there any way you
So
can ask her exactly what happened to make her feel that way?
yeah, I probably should have. She was pretty open. I mean,
Have you met her before?
no, this was the those phone numbers that
Oh,
Jenny gave us to prospect to. Yeah, so she was looking to buy, I think it was 4 years ago, is when she originally came in as a paid lead source, and I believe I was the first one to talk to her in a year or two or three, one of those.
She's obviously
So
somebody that like leans heavily on her emotions, how she's feeling, right? So that's why I would
yeah,
re-engage from that position. Like, I was thinking again about this, or I've been thinking a lot about our conversation yesterday. And this is how I feel about that. Or it made me feel like, I don't want this to be the end of your story.
yeah,
Sheldon, this happened to me with my buyers that I just put an offer in, and it's a young couple. They had really bad credit. They tried buying a home last year, and they got like denied for a pre-qual. And yeah, they went to my open house because they were living with their parents. They have 4 kids, and they're living with their mom. And I connected them with the lender, and David was able to be like, hey, like if you pay this off, like your credit score will jump this amount, and you could get pre-approved for this amount. And they ended up doing that, and now they put an offer in, and like I'm like so excited for them because they live with their family, and they just are so happy to purchase their first home. So
okay, yeah. I try to make it seem like very positive and that we do have options. I don't think I conveyed it as well as Dan did, but
Dude, don't
right,
doubt yourself, man.
you live your life. It was good. I mean, we were on the phone for 10 minutes. So for me, that was already, I was like, okay, sweet. Like I got into an actual genuine conversation. But obviously, I'm trying to watch film and learn. So I'm looking at the areas of improvement part. So,
Here's the
but it was
thing.
nice.
Don't compare yourself against what I'm doing to what you did. Compare yourself against what you did to what you now know you can do.
Yeah.
You haven't been doing this as long as I have. You haven't had the tens of thousands of conversations I have. And even then, every conversation is going to be different. It's just understanding the framework of asking the question and getting to
Mhm.
the solution. And that
Yep.
is understanding why somebody says something. When somebody says, I never want to work with a real estate agent again, that is kind of a bold statement, right? Oh, I don't think I could ever buy
Yeah.
a house again. No, that's a really bold statement. We want to understand what polarizes to them. And I love how Christina came to say, I don't want this to be the end of your story, right? You touched a nerve with me, and I was thinking about our conversation the other day. And if I could help you get into a house, that would be a win-win for us both. Because after all, no matter what the interest rate is, renting is 100% interest. You don't own any of that. And I'd like
Yeah.
you to build some wealth. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yep.
So, Eric, what'd you have?
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
So Sheldon, I had a client that was very similar to that. Didn't want to work with a real estate agent, absolutely despised real estate agents. And the reason being is because their last real estate agent didn't listen to them
Yeah.
and just kind of did it. They were after their commission. Um, so my advice would be to have that passion and compassion and just listen and then feed their feelings essentially. Not in a negative way, but like bring them up and show them that we're different. We're built different,
Yeah.
right? We're not that same real estate agent. And I promise you, you start doing that and they'll flip around for you. Because it happened for me. I started listening to what they wanted, what they needed, and showed them that, hey, I'm not just a normal real estate agent. I'm in this for the people. And once they saw that, it was night and day difference.
Right. Sweet.
That's
Yeah,
my
I'm
favorite
getting.
objection on for sale by owners.
Again, please, you cut out.
Oh, I said that's my favorite objection for expireds or for sale by owners is I hate real estate agents. I say, hey, I hate real estate agents too. I deal with them every day.
When it comes to objection handling, conversations, or just unrooting motivation, questions are your best friends. But it's not just why. It's curious, well-crafted questions that create engagement. What makes you say that? Out of curiosity, what makes you say that? You are getting past people's automated defenses, and a lot of people, would you honestly say, are willing to share information if you just ask the right questions? Most people overshare.
I was gonna say, I would say most are desperate to share information.
Yeah, they're starved for real human connection. And if you come from an environment of I'm here to help, don't ever say that I'm from the government, we're here to help. Never say that. But if you're here, if you're genuinely there to help them solve a problem, they will trust you, they will listen to you, they will take your guidance. But if you're there just for a check the box, get a transaction done, get a paycheck, they can feel it. My team is built on the genuine desire to help people. You guys are part of my team, right? No one on here would be like, F them, I'm getting paid. No, take care of people. We're here to make the win for the people.
Yep.
So good job, Sheldon. Thank you for being vulnerable this morning and talk about, your conversation. Great job having an engagement for 10 minutes. That's a new pillar for you.
Yep.
What definitely work on is being a little bit more, I wouldn't say intrusive, but curious.
Yeah.
Pull some information out of them. I think we all could do a better job of asking questions that get the boulder to move a little bit. The hardest part about getting a train moving is that first 10 feet.
Can I throw a
Yep.
reminder out there? I've mentioned it before in past calls, but like, there's not anybody else better suited than you. And I'm saying that to everybody on this call. Like, we have imposter syndrome sometimes. We feel like I'm still learning, I don't know all the answers. It doesn't matter. Like, you have this group, you have the support of the brokers, you have a whole bunch of people backing you that if you need an answer, you can go get it. You are in this every single day. You're making this your job. You're making this your purpose. No one else is better suited to serve that person than you. And that should light a fire in you. That should make you excited to be the solution provider for that person.
Yep.
You are uniquely skilled and capable to solve this person's problems. I met a lady who rented a house for 37 years. She paid off that landlord's mortgage multiple times. Think about that. Yeah, it might be easier to rent, but in the long run, the easy way out usually costs you the most, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's easier to sit on the couch and do nothing. Well, yeah, after so long, it's really hard to get up again. So, what other conversations, topics, or objections, guys? Let's maximize this. Christina, thank you for your words. That was amazing. That was an awesome tie-in. Guys, don't
Yeah, that was fantastic.
remember, there's 3 types of confidence.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, Sheldon.
It makes 2
Thank
of us.
you.
I'm proud of you, man. You've come far in a week.
In a week.
That whole time we were down there drinking and stuff, Sheldon was in the room making calls. I was like, holy shit, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started like in the beginning when I would call, they'd say, "Hey, my questioning would be very simple. Are you looking to buy?" No, hang up. But now that it's changed just a little, I've gotten more replies, callbacks. I have a dude that's considering selling. He's kind of just like, yeah, it's up in the air. And then I had that lady I had another lady that has a health issue that she wants to buy in 6 months, so that's another opportunity. Just because I've actually, well, first off, picked up the phone, and then second off, asked a little more questions. And so just slowly etching toward that 1% every day is what's been on my mind.
There you go. Every day, 1% better. Every one of us can learn to listen to conversations. And what I'd say is spontaneity is a conditioned response. In spontaneity, you have the ability to be more witty in conversations. Because someone says, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about selling my house, but it's up in the air. My response is, how do we pop that balloon and get it landed? Yeah, you see the laughing. People catch on. Because when you're really listening to the conversation, you'll be able to come up with stuff like that. You know what? I'm going through some health stuff right now, and I really think I want to buy in about 6 months. Okay, what's important about 6 months from now? I'm helping understand the situation, right? Oh, in 6 months, that's when I'll be done with my treatment, and I don't want to have to deal with it. Oh, do you want to be moved in 6 months, or do you want to start looking in 6 months?
Right.
Help me understand what your vision is, and then from there, you're getting them to listen to you, and they're like, oh wow, he cares. Okay, when's your surgery? When's your operation? That should be on the calendar and the database, a reminder to send them a text message in the morning before or the night before and say, hey, good luck today. One of my biggest deals came from somebody that says, hey, Dan, my husband's going into hip surgery. When he's recovered, we'll start thinking about this again. I'm like, okay, when's that surgery? She's like, in 3 weeks. I'm like, so is that Thursday? And she's like, no, it's actually the Friday. I'm like, okay, where are you guys having the surgery at? So I sent that. So what I did is the night before, I sent her a text and said, hey, you'll be fine. He'll get through this. I wish you guys both the best. Leave it in God's hands. And she texted me back that morning. She's like, thank you for that strength. I needed it. And then about a week later, I sent a text again. She didn't answer when I called. And I was like, I hope everything's going well with Dave. If you need anything, let me know. I can drop off supplies, or I can have one of my team members drop off something if you need it. Anything at all. She goes, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. A couple weeks later, called to just check in. Said, hey, Mary, how's Dave? How's recovery? Oh, he's great. He's up and walking around. We were able to go on a hike. We're all doing all this stuff. Can you notice a pattern in those conversations? What's missing?
Real estate.
Because it doesn't matter in that moment, does it?
Nope.
Not at all. Every phone call you make doesn't need to be a real estate phone call, but it does need to be a relationship phone call.
Yep.
Every conversation you have moves the relationship down the track. And sometimes conversations don't need to be about real estate at all. They're about family. They're about their occupations. They're about their recreational choices. And I bet someone can ask about or figure out what the last one is.
Dreams.
Their dreams, right? The 4 pillars of connection are family, occupation, recreation, dreams. What do you spend the most time with? What do you do for work? What do you do when you're not off work? And what do you want to do?
Ford,
baby. Find out how Ford lives in their life, not just in their driveway. And then you compare that to real estate, because lifestyle over logic, right? Oftentimes it doesn't make sense what they're doing, but it makes sense to what they want to do. So I want to share what Anthony put in the chat. He says, when you're struggling to make this call, remind yourself that if you don't, some shitty agent is going to get a hold of your client.
Yeah.
Right? At a weak moment, you don't want a weak agent. Amen.
Yep.
And my wife just walked in the laundry room. She's all fire his ass. She did, actually. What was his name? You had 2 of them, right? She had 2 agents before she bought her house. And the one that she actually closed the deal on, she was the one that negotiated. The other 2 were like, no, we're not going to put that offer in. She's like, if you don't put the offer in, I'm going to find someone who will.
there you go.
Yeah. I love this conversation, because it's always like, why didn't you help your wife buy a house? Like, that's a long story, guys. Let's not talk about the past.
Dan was the first agent.
Ken got fired.
It's a better story than the actual truth. So, all right,
Hey,
guys.
Dan, feel that you count.
Did you learn something today?
Heck yeah.
Always.
Good. What are you going to use from today in today's conversations?
What makes you say that?
What makes you say that? You can say it 5 different ways. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? What makes you say that? And each way elicits a different energy. Remember, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Hey, bring me the fat fucker. Oh. You guys didn't hear that?
No, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Fat cat was sitting on top of my wife's Mercedes. She's get off my car. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Happy hump day. Go out there and crush it, slay it, make some relationships happen. I don't know, be crazy. Push yourself to make double the phone calls you did yesterday. And for some of you, 0 times 2 is still 0, so add a couple.
Yeah.
Lazy birds.